And welcome everybody to University of Tampa Baseball. I'm Jack Ike with the broadcast today as the Spartans get into Sunshine State Conference play taking on the Lynn Fighting Knights. Kind of a cool day here in Tampa, but a couple Florida teams are going to go at it as the first games of the Sunshine State Conference season for all teams. The standings, though, as far as overall records right now, the Spartans come in at 7-2. They're ranked number 1 in the nation in the coaches, which is the ABCA poll, and in the D2 baseball poll. They are checking in at 6th in the National College Baseball Writers Association poll. So you're seeing one of the best teams in the nation when you come to see Tampa play baseball. The defending national champs will take on the Lynn Fighting Knights in this game. Let's get you the starting lineups for today's game. And first off, for the Spartans, they will start Skylar Gonzalez on the mound as you see Tampa taking the field. And he will have as a battery mate, have Irigoyen. And the starting lineups for the Lynn Fighting Knights. They will start with second baseman number 6. That is Blake Newberry, and he is a senior from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Batting second in left field is number 10, Jesse Robinson. He is a senior from Henrico, Virginia. Batting third, the third baseman, number 19, Cole Fowler. He is a senior from Mantua, New Jersey. Batting cleanup is the center fielder, number 25. That is Leon Polino, and he is a senior. It's a very veteran lineup, a senior from Lawrence, Massachusetts. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 4. That is David Judge, another senior, and he is from Troy, New York. Batting sixth is the catcher, number 24. That is Juan Carlos Camarena, a senior from Gardena, California. Batting seventh is the designated hitter, number 13, Amaris Harrison, a junior from Pasadena, California. Batting eighth is the right fielder, number 26, and that is Sean Doherty, and he is a senior from Mickleton, New Jersey. Batting ninth is the shortstop, and that is number 12, Bryant Zayas, a freshman from Hialeah, Florida. As I mentioned, the Spartans will have Skylar Gonzalez on the mound for today's game. He picked up his first win last weekend on the road, and this will be his fourth start of the season. He's always the leadoff pitcher every weekend for the Spartans, and his battery mate is Irigoyen. We'll get you the Spartans starting lineup when they come to the plate. Gonzalez on the mound. First batter is Mayberry. And the first pitch is low and goes all the way to the backstop. Mayberry comes in with a .349 average. He's played in and started all 11 games this year, 43 at-bats, and 16 hits on the season. Two balls, no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch. Down the middle, gets the call strike. For Gonzalez this year, this will be another start for him. Just picked up his first win last weekend. There's a fly ball out into center field. And making an easy catch is Villegas for the Spartans. One up, one down. Brings Jesse Robinson to the plate. Robinson, the leading hitter on the team at .370 this year. 46 at-bats, 17 hits. First pitch is ball one. Ground ball gets past the first baseman. It's going to go down into the right field corner. Spartans are giving chase. Ashby picks it up, throw into second, and into second with a stand-up double is Jesse Robinson. And into scoring position, the second batter of the game for the Lynn Fighting Knights. That one got past Russo at first base, just hugging the baseline as it did, and headed all the way into the deep right field corner. That'll bring up Cole Fowler to the plate. He is the third leading hitter on the team at .311 this year. Again, he's played in all 11 games for Lynn and started them all. Tampa comes in with a 7-2 record. Lynn is 6-5, picking up a couple extra games on the Spartans. A big shift. They've got J.D. Urso behind second base. And that is ripped. That's going to be a base hit. They're going to send the runner in. Here comes Robinson around. Ashby with the throw in, and Lynn takes a 1-0 lead on back-to-back base hits. Brings Paulino to the plate. Paulino, 10 starts, 10 games so far this year, 305. Take that back, 205 on the batting average. Playing in for the bunt. This is the second lefty in the lineup after Fowler with the base hit. 1-0, Lynn on top. And again, the Spartans have Urso well behind second base. Tap foul. Spartans defensively. Gonzalez on the mound. Irigoyen behind the plate. Russo is at first. Saladino is at second. Karstetter is at third. Urso at short. And then it's Williams, Villegas, and Ashby left, center, right. Out of the stretch, Gonzalez fires. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Florida Southern leading the league right now, all non-conference games, but with a 9-1 mark. Tampa right behind at 7-2. One-two pitch. Fly ball heading out to left center field. Drifting over is Williams, and he makes the catch, and that chases Fowler back to first. 2 down now. Brings David Judge to the plate. Top of the first, 3-game weekend series. Tonight's game, and then tomorrow, doubleheader, 1 and 4 right here. First pitch to Judge. Fly ball, center field. Villegas waits, comes in a couple steps, makes the catch. A little bit of damage in the first inning, though, for Lynn. Back-to-back base hits, played a run. We've played half an inning. It is Lynn 1, Tampa coming to bat on TampaSpartans.tv. Bottom of the first we go. Tampa coming to the plate. 1-0. Lynn on top. Starting lineups for the Spartans. They will start number 19, who's becoming now a fixture in the lineup. And that is Jordan Williams, a grad student from Odessa, Florida. Played at Florida State. Local product from Gaither High School. Batting second is Braden Woodburn, number 2. And he is a junior from Winter Springs, Florida. On the mound, by the way, is Tinsley, Mason Tinsley, for Lynn. Jordan Williams lays down a bunt. Quick throw. They're going to get him just in time. Williams stole 5 bases in a game last weekend to tie the Spartans' all-time record. He can fly. That time, the bunt was just maybe a little too solid and fielded by Fowler, and he threw him out by about half a step. Braden Woodburn at the plate now. Third in the lineup for the Spartans is number 11, J.D. Urso, grad student from Tampa, Florida. Played a few years here at Tampa, went to Miami last year, and is back for one more season with the Spartans, letting his dad coach him up one more time. Tinsley out of the stretch, nobody on, but a lot of pitchers do that nowadays. This pitch is a called strike. Batting fourth for the Spartans is number 33, and that is Cole Russo, a senior from Tampa, Florida. Went to Jesuit High School, transferring in from Central Florida. 0-2 pitch coming up to Woodburn. Bounces that one in the dirt. Batting fifth is number 18, and that is Johander Irigoyen, a junior from Winter Garden, Florida. 1-2 pitch. Ball high, 2-2. Batting sixth is number 73, Lenny Ashby, a senior from Aruba, played by way of Kansas, University of Kansas. Fouled off, stays alive, now 2-2. Batting seventh is number 5, and that is Kevin Karstetter. He is a senior from State College, Pennsylvania. That's where Penn State is. But he went to Arizona State for that. Hits Woodburn. He'll get a free pass. Up high, maybe on the forearm. Batting eighth is number 27 for the Spartans, Edgardo Villegas, a senior out of Puerto Rico. And batting ninth is number 10, Nico Saladino. And Nico is a senior from Valrico, Florida, by way of South Florida. So Woodburn on first base now. See if he can get around the bases, tie this one up. That's a fly ball, hit fairly deep center field. Going back, though, is Paulino. Makes the catch just shy of the warning track, chasing Woodburn back to first. 2 outs now, I should say. And a man on first. And we'll bring Cole Russo to the plate, the first baseman. Russo comes in at .433 on the season. 30 at-bats, 13 hits. 5 doubles already. See if we can make it 6 here. That might bring a runner in. There goes the runner. Fouled off, and Woodburn will have to come back. Cool night here in Tampa, and we'll get cooler as the evening progresses. Got up to maybe 70. That's cool for Tampa. It was 44 this morning. 0-1 pitch with 2 outs. Woodburn short lead, but leaning a little. And it looked like he was off. That one gets away, and he's going to get a trot down to second base. Bounced in and out of the mid of Camarena, and went all the way to the backstop. So now a base hit could tie this game up. 1-1 count to Russo. Short lead. Again, they move that one is hit fairly deep, but just backing up enough. Making the catch in right field is Doherty, and the Spartans go down here in the first, leaving a man at second. So we played one full. It is Lynn 1, Tampa nothing, right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
This is the University of Tampa. UT students travel from across the nation and around the globe to join a dynamic learning community. There are 150 academic programs, continuing studies for non-traditional students, and a highly ranked graduate school. NCAA Division II athletics program.
Okay. Top of the second we go. Gonzalez on the mound for Tampa. Camarena at bat for Lynn. First pitch called strike. Swing and a tap foul. And that one's hit out into the gap and right center coming in. It bounces in for a base hit. Third hit of the day for Lynn. Base hit for Camarena. That one fell just in front of Lenny Ashby. He's been busy early in this ball game. All three hits have gone to his field, right field. So a leadoff base hit will bring Harrison to the plate. Another lefty in the lineup. Lays down a bunt, but it goes foul. Try to drag bunt there. Gonzalez in the stretch. Slight breeze today. Again, this time he gets the bunt down. Gonzalez has time to go to second, and his throw is in time at one hop to Russo. But Russo with a nice snag. It's like fielding a grounder, and they got the lead runner. That one was just a little too sharp and a little bit too much toward the pitcher. And Irigoyen calling that one out. It's the catcher's job to let the pitcher know where to go on those plays. Brings up Doherty, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. Now 1 out, 1 on first. Swing and a miss. Conference opener for everybody in the Sunshine State Conference this weekend. There's a shot. Does it go over Urso? No, he's able to jump, make the pitch, the throw, or make the catch, and they got him at first. Harrison straying too far off the base, and after Urso made the catch, he threw it to first, and they got it for the double play. A 6-3 double play to end the inning. We've played an inning and a half, and it is 1-0. Lynn leads Tampa on TampaSpartans.tv.
In the late 1920s, the prospect of a Hillsborough High student enrolling in college was bleak. The nation was in the throes of the Great Depression. Businesses were failing, and many of Tampa's beautiful waterfront homes were left abandoned. The principal at Hillsborough High, Frederick Spalding, didn't see these barriers. He only saw bright young students who were in need of a place to continue their learning. In 1931, collegiate-level courses were offered at Hillsborough High. This would later become the University of Tampa. On August 2, 1933, Spalding arrived at the doors of Plant Hall with a 100-year lease from the city and a firm resolve, and with the turn of a key, opened the door to the University of Tampa. In its fledgling years, UT was fortunate if it could collect half of the tuition due from its students. It was only through the dedication of its professors, who worked without pay, that the university survived the Great Depression. Over the next several decades, UT grew slightly, enrolling up to 1,800 at times, starting several sports teams, and even began accepting students from other areas of the country. But in the early 90s, the growth seemed to stand still, even stop. UT needed new life, some passion. UT needed strong leadership.
In 1995, Dr. Vaughn became president, and UT began to transform. 1,000 UT...
Yep. Bottom of the second we go. Tampa down 1-0. Mason Tinsley on the mound for Lynn has a 2.87 ERA. This is his fourth appearance of the year, third start. 1-0 record right now. 15 and 2/3 innings pitched, given up 15 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned, walked 5, struck out 12. And the first batter he will face this inning is Irigoyen, the catcher for Tampa. Out of the stretch, Tinsley fires. That's a shot towards second base. It's dropped. Dive by Mayberry, but it bounced away from him. Would have been a great catch had he made it, but it popped out of his mitt, and that gets Irigoyen on first. It may go down as a hit. That was a tough play to make. Brings Karstetter to the plate or Aspie to the plate for Tampa. First pitch, outside ball. Aspie on the year, 261 on the season. This is his 9th appearance, 7 starts for Tampa this year. Ball outside. Oftentimes, Joe Urso in this situation will try to move that runner over with the sacrifice bunt. Has not shown it this time. And a foul ball. 1-1 now. Joe coaching third base. Got the parka on, I think. That one looked down the middle but low. 2-0. Actually, the umpire signals 3-1. I trusted the scoreboard. 3-1 now. And he gets the walk for 5-pitch walk. Puts runners at first and second with no out, and Spartans have something going on. That'll bring Karstetter to the plate. Last weekend against Quincy on Saturday, Karstetter appeared to have had an inside-the-park grand slam as a ball went way deep into the right field corner, cleared the bases. He scored, but they ruled it a triple, and he advanced on a throw. There's a pop-up by Karstetter, charging in, shortstop moving, center fielder comes over, right fielder eventually makes the play. Doherty snuck in front of everybody and made the catch. 1 out, runner still at first and second. That'll bring Villegas to the plate. Villegas, 219 on the year, 9 starts in 9 appearances so far this season. Started every game. Ground ball to first, knocked down by the first baseman. They call it fair. He steps on the bag, gets the Villegas out, but the runners advance to second and third. So 2 outs now. That time Judge knocked it down right on top of the bag. Stepped on the bag, didn't have any other play as the runners were off and running. Number 9 hitter Nico Saladino to the plate. Nico looking to get in a groove, sitting at just 136 right now. Spartans as a team a little bit lower than we expect from this team. They hit about 315 for their average last season. They're at 270 right now, 9 games into this year. Ball outside. Opposition, though, just at 234. (2-0) with 2 out. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Fouled off, 2-2. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Tinsley with a fist pump as he gets the strikeout to end the inning. Spartans leave 2. We've played 2, and it's 1-0. Lynn on top right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
This is the University of Tampa. UT students travel from across the nation and around the globe to join a dynamic learning community. There are 150 academic programs, continuing studies for non-traditional students, and a highly ranked graduate school.
Okay. Top of the third we go. We keep rolling around in this game. Zayas to the plate. Number 9 hitter for Lynn. And an off-speed pitch from Gonzalez outside. Swing and a miss. Bryant Zayas, 176 average on the year. Started 9 of their 10 games to this point. Fly ball, center field. Going back is Villegas. Stops, makes the catch in front of the warning track. 1 up, 1 down. We'll head back to the top of the order with Mayberry. Ball 1, no strikes. Foul back. Gonzalez on the year, sporting a 1.88 ERA. 1-0 record, 3 starts for his 3 appearances. 15 innings, 15 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 4 walks, 18 strikeouts, an excellent strikeout to walk ratio. You want it 2-1, his is 4.5-1. Ball high. Two-two pitch. Swings, goes diving after that one and launches one out into right field. Cut off by Ashby. Turns the corner, heading for second, and he slides in just ahead of the throw. Good play by Mayberry to never stop, and he got into second as that one was kind of in the gap in right center. And by the time Ashby got over there and slid and got up, Mayberry beat the throw. So 1 out, man on second now. Number 2 in the order is Jesse Robinson. Robinson doubled his first time up down the left field line, or right field line. Every hit Lynn has had has been into right center or straight right field. Ground ball out to second. Woodburn. All right, take that back. Saladino with the throw. And 2 outs, they move a runner to third. Woodburn was a fixture at second base last year. Cole Fowler to the plate now. He came up with a base hit to drive in Robinson back in the first. Off speed, strike call. Umpires for today's game. Behind the plate is Chase Stout. At first base is Brian Barnard. Swing and a miss. Fowler in the hole 0-2 with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. Irigoyen has to field it and throw to first. Toss over to Russo. Ends the inning. And we played 2.5 as Lynn does not score here in the third. 1-0 though. Lynn on top. Bottom of third coming up for Tampa right here on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
The Health and Wellness Center is accessible.
Okay. Spartans look to tie it up here in the bottom of the third. Jordan Williams will lead off. Tried to bunt his way on last time. Got caught by about half a step. A prodigious base stealer for Tampa. Already with 13 on the year. Only been caught once. Spartans played 9 games. He has 13 steals. That's unprecedented numbers. 5 in one game last week against Quincy. These two teams do have a common opponent. Spartans opened the season at home against Georgia College and beat them 3 times, 5-4, 5-3, and 10-2. Ground ball between first and second. Gets under the mitt of Mayberry, and he couldn't get up to make the play, so Williams will beat it out, and that'll be the second hit of the day for Tampa. Lynn has also played Georgia College, and they played 3-game series. They lost the first 2, 11-0, 7-6, and then won 8-4. And that was just last weekend. So that's the only common opponents they have. This will bring Woodburn to the plate. Throw over to first. Williams back. Again, I gave you the numbers. He's a base stealing threat. And there he goes. Ball's high. He gets down. He's going to beat it. They're saying he slid past the base, but the umpire does not agree with that call. So a stolen base, number 14 for Jordan Williams. He was a big base stealer at Florida State as well. So Woodburn now, 1 ball, no strikes. I'll see if they can hold Williams down. Williams twice in that game, stole first, then second, or I should say stole second, then third. When he was on first, he stole second. Second, he went to third twice in that game. Swing and a miss. Way out in front of that one. Woodburn missing it. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. "59 degrees right now." They say with the wind it feels like 53, so that's cool for here. Now the umpires are going to have a little meeting near the mound. Wind is 10 miles an hour out of the northeast today, so it's the cold that you're hearing about everybody getting in the north. This is our version of it, is that it's a big system, even affecting us here. So J.D. Urso steps in, chance to tie the game up. Williams with the lead, they're not holding him. Inside for a ball. Second base trying to make them think they're watching them. Urso looks at that one, call strike by Stout. One pitch coming up. High in the zone, but a call strike. J.D. Urso asking, "You sure?" 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Ball high, 2-2. Tinsley looks at his mitt, then looked at the dugout. Like he couldn't believe the pitch they were calling, but he throws it anyway. Strike 3 call, looked outside. J.D. Urso shaking his head, saying a few things. We'll walk back to the dugout with the K. Looked like a little bit outside, but I'm not behind the plate. We'll bring up Cole Russo, first baseman, and now we'll see if he can drive in Williams. Ball low. Nighttime descending on Tampa. Been an overcast day. Fouled off, 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch in the dirt, blocked by Camarena. 2 balls, 1 strike. Everyone down the line, that's going to tie the game up. Williams is going to round third, heading for home. Fielding it is the right fielder Doherty. It's a 1-1 ball game on a solid base hit by Russo. Brings up Joander Irigoyen, catcher to the plate. Irigoyen with a hit that was almost caught by the second baseman on a diving attempt. Ball inside. And the pitch. Popped up foul, out of play. Pretty good crowd here today, but they're all got whatever winter apparel they have here in Florida, which means probably a heavy windbreaker. Ground ball heading out to short. Zayas tossing over to Mayberry for the force out to end the inning. Spartans, though, tie it up with a couple base hits and a stolen base by Williams. So we played 3 full. It is a 1-1 ball game. We'll head to the 4th right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
This is the University of Tampa. UT students travel from across the nation and around the globe to join a dynamic learning community. There are 150 academic programs, continuing studies for non-traditional students, and a highly ranked graduate school. NCAA Division II athletics program.
All right. Top of the 4th, leading off will be Paulino, the center fielder. He's been active out there today. First pitch from Gonzalez. Breaking ball called strike. 1-1 no here in the 4th. Then time he goes outside, missing outside though. Gonzalez, 3 starts, 15 total innings. So he goes 5 innings approximately every outing. Nice bender for a call strike. And with that happening, a huge shift. They thought possibly Paulino might bunt, but ground ball right up to the middle to Urso. Perfectly played. Got him by 5 steps. So that time, once they got 2 strikes on Paulino, the third baseman, Karstetter, actually ran behind, went over to the first base side of second base. David Judge to the plate. And that hit him. So Judge trotting down to first base. Nice off-speed pitch, call strike. Camarena at the plate now. Ball inside. One with one out, man on. Ground ball foul into the Spartans dugout. Gonzalez in the stretch. Short lead at first base. And he punches that one out into right field. Ashby digging, and it goes foul by a couple feet. Just in case you were wondering, David Judge for Lynn, not related to Aaron Judge of the Yankees. Fly ball. No, fielded quickly at first base by Russo, and he goes to second for the double play. Spartans get out of that one nicely. Took a line shot and then threw it to second because the runner, Judge, was off and running, and they just tagged him out to end the inning. So the Spartans get out of that one. We've played 4, or 3.5. We're into the bottom of the fourth. It is a 1-1 ball game. Spartans coming to bat on TampaSpartans.tv.
In the late 1920s, the prospect of a Hillsborough High student enrolling in college was bleak. The nation was in the throes of the Great Depression. Businesses were failing, and many of Tampa's beautiful waterfront homes were left abandoned. The principal at Hillsborough High, Frederick Spalding, didn't see these barriers. He only saw bright young students who were in need of a place to continue their learning. In 1931, collegiate-level courses were offered at Hillsborough High. This would later become the University of Tampa. On August 2, 1933, Spalding arrived at the doors of Plant Hall with a 100-year lease from the city and a firm resolve, and with the turn of a key, opened the door to the University of Tampa. In its fledgling years, UT was fortunate if it could collect half of the tuition due from its students. It was only through the dedication of its professors, who worked without pay, that the university survived the Great Depression. Over the next several decades, UT grew slightly, enrolling up to 1,800 at times, starting several sports teams, and even began accepting students from other areas of the country. But in the early 90s, the growth seemed to stand still, even stop. UT needed new life, some passion. UT needed strong leadership.
In 1995, Dr. Vaughn became president, and UT began to transform. 1,000 UT...
Bottom of the fourth, Ashby will lead off for Tampa, the number 6 hitter. Walked his first time up. Tinsley's line, 3 innings, given up a run. It was earned. Walked 1, struck out 3. He's at 46 on the pitch count, now 47. Fastball down the middle, ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Playing Ashby straight away in the infield and outfield. Just missing outside. Three and 0 now. Curveball, high ball 4, 4-pitch walk will send Ashby to first base. So a leadoff walk gives the Spartans a chance to push him across the plate and take the lead. Karstetter to the plate now. Karstetter flew out to right field his first time up, and now a visit to the mound by head coach Rudy Garbelosa. 25th season. That's actually not Rudy coming out. Not sure if they saw something with Tinsley. Like I mentioned, when they were warming up, they didn't get a chance. The catcher made the last out of the inning, and so he went to put his gear on, and nobody came out to warm up Tinsley. So by the time the catcher came out, Tinsley got one warm-up, and they started. It was a quick visit, so might be more how to pitch to Karstetter than anything. Man on first, no out. Karstetter watches a ball low outside. Yeah, one call strike. 1-1 now. Ball down the right field line. Does it stay fair? Yes, it's going all the way into the corner. Ashby around second into third, and Joe Urso will hold him up. Runners at second and third. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Tell you, there's no need for left fielders in this game today. Everything going to right or right center. Brings up Villegas to the plate. Saladino on deck. Lead run at third. Insurance run at second. The pitch. Ball low. Villegas hit a sharp one his first time up, which was fielded by Judge at first. There's one hit out into right field. Taking him near the wall, off the wall. That's going to bring two in, heading into second base and sliding in with a double. And the Spartans take a 3-1 lead as Ashby and Karstetter score. Doherty stayed with it, but then had to wait for it to bounce, and it hit just below the yellow line. Runners were able to score pretty easily on it, and the Spartans lead 3-1. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Saladino now. Man on second, nobody out. Saladino shows bunt, gets down a nice one. That's going to stay fair. I don't think they're going to get him to throw. Not in time. Runners at first and third. Perfectly placed bunt. They were not playing in for it, and he got it far enough away with this artificial turf, this field turf. The ball will pretty much just stay level and not lean toward the baseline or away from it, depending on how they groom it. But so it was going to stay fair unless it had some spin on it, and it did not. We go to the top of the order, Jordan Williams, who got a base hit his last time up and scored. Big swing and a miss. Runners at first and third. Nobody out. Throw over to first. Saladino back. That one's hit down the line. Does it stay fair? One hops to the wall. That's going to bring another run in. Heading into third, and Joe Urso is going to hold up Saladino there, but a stand-up double for Williams, and the Spartans now lead 4-1. Just keep hammering the right field line. And that will bring up Braden Woodburn. A mound visit from Camarena and a few others from the infield. No coaches, though. Woodburn, the DH, got hit by a pitch his first time up, struck out his last time up. So runners at second and third. Pitch, call strike. Swing and a miss. This inning started with an Ashby walk. Now we've got a discussion going on. Umpire comes out in front of home plate. Now walks back. Ashby walked on 4 pitches. Karstetter then doubled. Put runners at second and third. Foul ball. Villegas then with another double. Saladino singled. And Williams doubled. So 3 doubles and a single. And that dreaded leadoff walk scored. Ball outside. 1-2. Tinsley with a long stretch, now pitches. That one's outside, 2-2. Two warming up down in the Lynn bullpen as the Spartans have gotten a hold of Tinsley this game, this inning, with 4 consecutive hits. Swing and a miss, though, and Woodburn goes down swinging. First out of the inning, and J.D. Urso to the plate. Couple runners in scoring position for J.D. Ball gets away, and one runner will score. So Saladino scores, probably a wild pitch by Tinsley, not a pass ball. And the Spartans take a 5-1 lead and now have a runner at third with 1 out. Urso will get credit for the RBI as well. That one's fouled back, 1-1. Lynn University out of Boca Raton, Florida. That one just missing outside. Two-one, ground ball heading out towards short. Zayas with the throw gets him, but a run scores. Jordan Williams scores, and the Spartans now lead 6-1. A 5-run 4th inning for Tampa. J.D. Urso getting a couple RBIs on that at bat. Brings Cole Russo to the plate now. He is 1 for 2 today, and the first pitch fouled back out of play. Goes over the Spartans dugout. Late swing, little off-speed pitch. 0-2 now to Ashby, or to Russo. Way outside, 1-2. Last time up, Urso with a base hit, or Russo with a base hit, drove in a run. One and two pitch. Foul off, out of play, stays 1-2. And it'll be 2-2. Spartans will step out of conference play next weekend. Next Friday, they play Ashland. 5 o'clock game here. Swing and a miss. Will end the inning, but a big inning for Tampa. They pick up 5 runs, 4 hits, leave a runner, and we played 4 full. It is now 6-1. Tampa leads Lynn on TampaSpartans.tv.
In the late 1920s, the prospect of a Hillsborough High student enrolling in college was bleak. The nation was in the throes of the Great Depression. Businesses were failing, and many of Tampa's beautiful waterfront homes were left abandoned. The principal at Hillsborough High, Frederick Spalding, didn't see these barriers. He only saw bright young students who were in need of a place to continue their learning. In 1931, collegiate-level courses were offered at Hillsborough High. This would later become the University of Tampa. On August 2, 1933, Spalding arrived at the doors of Plant Hall with a 100-year lease from the city and a firm resolve, and with the turn of a key, opened the door to the University of Tampa. In its fledgling years, UT was fortunate if it could collect half of the tuition due from its students. It was only through the dedication of its professors, who worked without pay, that the university survived the Great Depression. Over the next several decades, UT grew slightly, enrolling up to 1,800 at times, starting several sports teams, and even began accepting students from other areas of the country. But in the early 90s, the growth seemed to stand still, even stop. UT needed new life, some passion. UT needed strong leadership.
In 1995, Dr. Vaughn became president and UT began to transform. 1,000 UT students has become 7,200, and we are now entering our 17th consecutive year of record enrollment. All the while, UT's academic profile continues to increase. There has been 3...
Yep. We are into the 5th inning, and it will be Harrison Doherty Zayas for Lynn. Bottom third of the order, Gonzalez on the mound for Tampa. Through 4, he's given up 1 run. It was earned. Hasn't walked anyone, struck out 1. Only thrown 39 pitches through 4 innings. 10 an inning. That's efficient. Playing a little bit in for Harrison at third, and he fouls it off. Gonzalez into the windup, fires. Off speed, fouled back. 0-2 now. On the way. A little bit high, 1-2. I was mentioning the Spartan schedule next week. Ashland comes here on Friday, but then Saturday it's a doubleheader against Davenport, 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock. So a 3-game weekend. With 2 different teams. 2-2, fouled back, stays 2-2. Spartans will stay out of conference until March 14th. Then they hit it hard for the home stretch. Go a couple non-conference games. Fly ball, left field. Jordan Williams-Waits makes the catch, so finally some activity in left field. Spartans step back into conference play on March 14th on the road at Palm Beach Atlantic. They will make a California trip after, in about 10 days, when they will head out to play Cal State San Marcos, 4 games, I should say. A Friday, 2 on Saturday, and a Monday game. Ball in the dirt. Doherty at the plate, 0 for 1 so far today. That one is hit out into right field. Coming in is Ashby, and he makes the catch. Came in about 3 or 4 steps to make the catch. 2 down now. Zayas to the plate. And with 2 out, there's a foul ball by Zayas. Gonzalez sets and fires. Call strike. 0-2 now. Quick to pitch. Gonzalez is ready. Winds and fires. Swing and a miss. Inning is over. 3-pitch strikeout. And the Spartans get out of it. Nothing scoring for Lynn. We've played 4.5. We're halfway through this game. And it is Tampa 6, Lynn 1 on TampaSpartans.tv.
And meeting rooms.
We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Leading off for Tampa will be Joander Irigoyen, the catcher. First pitch from Tinsley, still on the mound. Still a couple guys down in the bullpen for Lynn. Down the middle, call strike. Irigoyen with a base hit, went to third. Got on last time with a fielder's choice. Ground ball out to third. Fowler picks it up. Tosses it across for the out. 1 up, 1 down. Brings up number 73, Lenny Ashby. First pitch down the line. Nice, almost a nice catch by Judge, and Ashby beats it out. Judge jumped. Ball hit his mitt, but then popped up, and he couldn't find it. And by then, Ashby was able to beat it out before a throw to Tinsley. Had Ashley not knocked that, or I should say, had Judge not knocked that down, Carstetter doubled and scored his last time up. Spartans with 4 consecutive hits last inning and a 5-run inning. 3 doubles and a bunt single. Started with a leadoff walk. Tinsley calling timeout. It's like he's not getting the signals in. They sent him in to his wrist, like a watch on his wrist that tells him what to call, what the pitch is. But he kind of looked around. This is the second time he looked around like, I'm not getting the signal. And now he's actually stopping and calling one of the coaches to come out. They may have to go to the old-fashioned tell the catcher. Catcher relays the sign. Still looking at it. We'll see what they go with. So 1-1 with one out and one on. Tinsley sets in the stretch. Shot up the middle. Nice catch. Did they get the double play? Yes. Nice catch by Mayberry at second base on the line shot, and they were able to double up Ashby, who moved because it was a solidly hit ball, but he couldn't get back in time. So the Spartans do not score. We've played 5 full innings. It is 6-1, Tampa on top. You're watching on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
This is the University of Tampa. UT students travel from across the nation and around the globe to join a dynamic learning community. There are 150 academic programs, continuing studies for non-traditional students, and a highly ranked graduate school. Opportunities are endless, both off campus and on campus.
We keep moving along, top of the 6th. Tampa on top 6-1. Other games going on in the SSC today. A final already is Rollins beat St. Leo 5-1, the score in that one. Gonzalez now working into the 6th. Gets a strike call. Other games, Embry-Riddle is at Berry. These all started at 6. Nova Southeastern is at Eckerd, and Florida Southern at Florida Tech. So 10 teams in action. Ball inside. Mayberry to lead off. Ball outside. Gonzalez through 5 had 52 innings. Faced only 18 batters. 4 hits for Lynn, but 1 got wiped down on a double play. Fly ball, right field. Ashby drifting toward the foul line, makes the catch. Plenty of room to spare, 1 up, 1 down. Brings Jesse Robinson to the plate. First 3 hitters in the Lynn order have each gone 1 for 2 today. The bottom 3 in the order are 0 for 2. There's a fly ball heading out to center. Villegas went back, now comes in, and 2 up and 2 down. Makes for an easy inning for Gonzalez, getting him to swing early and hit fly balls. Number 3 hitter, Cole Fowler to the plate. Third baseman. Lefty waits the pitch. Strike outside corner. Ground ball heading out to second. Saladino to Russo. Inning is over. That was a quick inning for Skylar Gonzalez. And we've played 5.5. We're heading to the bottom of the sixth. The Spartans still on top, 6-1, right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
In the late 1920s, the prospect of a Hillsborough High student enrolling in college was bleak. The nation was in the throes of the Great Depression. Businesses were failing, and many of Tampa's beautiful waterfront homes were left abandoned. The principal at Hillsborough High, Frederick Spalding, didn't see these barriers. He only saw bright young students who were in need of a place to continue their learning. In 1931, collegiate-level courses were offered at Hillsborough High. This would later become the University of Tampa. On August 2, 1933, Spalding arrived at the doors of Plant Hall with a 100-year lease from the city and a firm resolve, and with the turn of a key, opened the door to the University of Tampa. In its fledgling years, UT was fortunate if it could collect half the tuition due from its students. It was only through the dedication of its professors, who worked without pay, that the university survived the Great Depression. Over the next several decades, UT grew slightly, enrolling up to 1,800 at times, starting several sports teams, and even began accepting students from other areas of the country. But in the early 90s, the growth seemed to stand still, even stop. UT needed new life, some passion. UT needed strong leadership.
In 1995, Dr. Vaughn became president and UT began to transform. 1,000 UT students has become 7,200, and we are now entering our 17th consecutive year of record enrollment. All the while, UT's academic profile continues to increase. There has been $350 million in new construction since 2000. We have added 7 new residence halls, academic buildings and labs, as well as athletic facilities. Plant Hall even got new carpet and new windows. UT now has more than 3,000 events annually and 200 clubs and student organizations. We have won 13 NCAA.
Bottom of the sixth we go. Villegas will lead off. New pitcher coming in for Lynn. It's going to be Justin Hart, number 45, a freshman. 6'3", 220 from Frankfort, Illinois. Went to Lincoln Way East High School. We'll get you some numbers on his pitching so far this year. First batter he faces will be Villegas. And a ball on that one. Hart coming in 0-1 on the year. This will be his 4th appearance of the year. Started twice so far, 10 innings pitched. Has a 6.30 ERA, and that is hit high but foul. 10 innings pitched, 12 hits, 10 of them earned, or 10 runs scored, 7 of them earned. Walked 7, struck out 8. Ball outside, so a freshman getting some starting assignments for Lynn. No, they call it, they swing and a miss. It was outside, but Villegas offered and gets called out on strikes. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Nico Saladino. Had a nice bunt single last time up and scored. Part of that 5-run 4th inning. And has propelled the Spartans into a 6-1 lead. Ball high on the first offering. Ball in the dirt for a ball. One pitch. Fouled off over the Spartan dugout. And that one's popped high toward left field, going foul. They give chase, and it falls harmlessly foul. Pretty strong breeze out of the north. Makes a high fly ball an adventure. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Saladino watches that one high. Two balls, 2 strikes now. Hart, the lefty, in the stretch. And the pitch. In the dirt, ball 4. So we'll go to the top of the order. Jordan Williams. And Hart, quick to get the sign, quick to go in the stretch. And the pitch. Williams watches it high. Umpire now coming out to talk to Hart. He nods his head. So nothing apparently wrong. That one's high pop up. Heading out towards shallow center, coming in and making the catch in shallow center field was the center fielder Paulino. 2 outs. That one hit high into the dark of night and came down. Paulino making the catch. 2 outs now, man on first. That is Saladino. And at the plate is Woodburn. Fouled off, down toward the Lynn bullpen. Fastball gets away, heading down to second base is Saladino, and he'll be there. No play. So now a runner in scoring position for Woodburn. Ball gets away again, and heading down to third base is Saladino. Back-to-back balls bouncing in the dirt. Getting away from Camarena. One went to the left. This one went to the right. They called the first one a pass ball. And he pops it up. It might have a play on it. Drifting over is the right fielder, Doherty. And he makes the catch and fell down, but he made the catch. Thought for a second the ball popped up, but he had to drift back. As I mentioned, the wind is tough out there. He made the catch, fell down, held on to the ball. Inning is over. Spartans do get a base runner who doesn't score. We head to the 7th. It's 6-1 Tampa on top on TampaSpartans.tv.
selection of books, periodicals, and
Top of the 7th we go. Polino to lead off. 0 for 2 so far today. Gonzalez on the mound. 1-2 hops to Urso. Quick throw. And digging it out of the dirt is Cole Russo for the first out. Gonzalez, 6 innings pitched, had thrown only 59 pitches. Now at 60 through 6 1/3, so about 10 an inning, and that is a great stat as he works into the 7th. Ball low to David Judge. That one hit him in the shoulder. So he will get a pass. He got hit last time up as well. Nothing personal, I'm assuming. Camarena now to the plate, number 24. Base hit into a double play last time. Ground ball foul. Strike 1. Curveball, called strike. Bent that one in. Inside, and then caught the corner inside. Gonzalez, the National Pitcher of the Year last year. Fastball, swing and a miss. First out of the inning. Camarena goes down. Harrison now to the plate. The DH. Call strike 1. Third baseman Karstetter playing in a little bit. We're far enough into the season they can get a book on these guys. Try to position accordingly. Now he backs off the grass, now even with the base. Ball inside, gets away, and heading down to second base is Judge. That might be a pass ball. Irigoyen kind of looks at the mitt like, how did that get through there? Fastball catches the corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gonzalez fires. Inside, but he rings him up anyway. And that'll end the inning. So another strikeout for Gonzalez. That'll be 4 on the day. He's pitched through 7. And it is 6-1 still Tampa on top. 7th inning stretch time right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
In the late 1920s, the prospect of a Hillsborough High student enrolling in college was bleak. The nation was in the throes of the Great Depression. Businesses were failing, and many of Tampa's beautiful waterfront homes were left abandoned. The principal at Hillsborough High, Frederick Spalding, didn't see these barriers. He only saw bright young students who were in need of a place to continue their learning. In 1931, collegiate-level courses were offered at Hillsborough High. This would later become the University of Tampa. On August 2, 1933, Spalding arrived at the doors of Plant Hall with a 100-year lease from the city and a firm resolve, and with the turn of a key, opened the door to the University of Tampa. In its fledgling years, UT was fortunate if it could collect half the tuition due from its students. It was only through the dedication of its professors, who worked without pay, that the university survived the Great Depression. Over the next several decades, UT grew slightly, enrolling up to 1,800 at times, starting several sports teams, and even began accepting students from other areas of the country. But in the early 90s, the growth seemed to stand still, even stop. UT needed new life, some passion. UT needed strong leadership.
In 1995, Dr. Vaughn became president and UT began to transform. 1,000 UT students has become 7,200, and we are now entering our 17th consecutive year of record enrollment. All the while, UT's academic profile continues to increase. There has been $350 million in new construction since 2000.
J.D. Urso will lead off for the Spartans here in the bottom of the seventh. 6-1, Tampa on top thanks to a 5-run fourth inning. Lynn took the lead in the first, top of the first, held it until the Spartans picked up a tying run in the bottom of the third, and then a 5-run fourth. And that's the difference in the game right now, 6-1 lead for Tampa. They're playing Urso deep. First pitch was a call strike. J.D. looking for his first hit today, though he did drive in a run in his last at-bat on a ground out. Ground ball, got his first hit of the day. Under the diving glove of Cole Fowler. And that will bring Russo to the plate. Lefty to lefty with Justin Hart on the mound. His second inning of pitching. And inside, Russo danced out of the way. And there goes Urso, and they went with the pickoff, and they got him going to second. He took off. They prepared for it, and Hart with the throw over to first base to Judge, who then threw it to the shortstop, Zayas, who tagged Urso on the steal attempt. So 1 out now. Russo still at the plate. And a ball low. Strike outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball high. Two and one coming up from Hart. Ball low. That was actually a 3-1 pitch, and he walked him. Irigoyen at the plate. Ball inside. Bounces a little bit away from Camarena, but not far enough to advance. Russo. I was looking at the National College Baseball Writers Top 25 poll. They have the Spartans at 6th. Spartans are number 1 in the coaches poll and D2 baseball. There's a fly ball out to right field. Doherty coming in, makes the catch. 2 outs now. But they have North Greenville ranked number 1 in the nation with a 10-1 record, followed by Angelo State. They have Florida Southern in 4th and Tampa in 6th. They're the only conference teams ranked. Interestingly enough, there are 4 teams in the top 25 who have yet to play a game this year. Indiana, IUP, Indiana, Pennsylvania, hasn't played. They're ranked 8th. Southern New Hampshire, ranked 10th, hasn't played. Westchester hasn't played. Malloy hasn't played. And Maryville hasn't played. So a fifth of the teams in the top 25 have yet to start the season. Now, home plate umpire walking over to talk to Rudy Garbelosa. Now comes back. One ball, no strikes. Russo at first. Strike call to Ashby. Check swing, bounces in the dirt. Hart in the stretch. Lefty to lefty, the pitch. High outside. 3-1 now. And the pitch. And 3-2 now. Full count. Now the bases umpire, they're asking, wasn't that a ball 4? Yeah, he never signaled strike, that it was a strike, but nobody moved, so I had to make the assumption it was called a strike. He just didn't give the hand movement. But Jose Jimenez, the first base coach, said, hey, that was ball 4, and they are right. Had it been a strike, it would have been the first full count we've had today. Well, now 2 outs, 2 on. And at the plate is Karstetter. One for 3 today with a double. Scored. And drove in a run. Spartans today are 9 of 27, .333 batting average. They've walked 5 times, struck out 6. Ball inside. Conversely, Lynn is 4 of 23, 174. Nobody's walked. Gonzalez has not given up a walk, and they've struck out 4 times. The only blemish for Gonzalez, he's hit 2 batters. Actually, he hit 1 batter. He's hit him twice. Spartans are 5 for 19 with runners in scoring position. Lynn is 1 of 10. Actually, that's with runners on, 1 of 10, 5 of 19. Three and 1 now with 2 outs. And he walked them. So the bases are now walked full. And we'll bring up Villegas to the plate. But it looks like maybe a pinch hitter coming in. I think Mike Valdez is coming to the plate. See if we can get some numbers on Mike. Comes in with a .071 batting average. 1 hit and 14 at-bats. And before Valdez comes up, they want to discuss this situation with the bases loaded. Lynn will have just two more chances, two more at-bats before this game could be history. So they'd like to keep it as close as possible, 6-1 at the moment. Not sure if they have a book on Valdez or not. But at this point, with the bases loaded, you can't be too tricky with him. He's got to challenge him and see what he can do. Home plate umpire out to break it up. Down to 56 here in Tampa. They said with the wind it feels like 48. That's cool here. Tomorrow expecting a high of 71. And we have a doubleheader starting at 1, followed by another game at 4. So we're set. Valdez at the plate. Bases loaded. Hart on the mound. The first pitch. Outside. So back-to-back walks have loaded the bases. Down the middle. Strike call. 1-1. One on the way. Valdez pops it up. Is it playable? Looks like it might be. Camarena behind the plate throws the mask away, makes the catch, and hits the brick wall behind the plate. But he's okay, and he ends the inning. Nice job by Camarena to stick with that one. So the Spartans load him up. Do not score. We've played 7 full, and it's still 6-1 Tampa on top on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
In the late 1920s, the prospect of a Hillsborough High student enrolling in college was bleak. The nation was in the throes of the Great Depression. Businesses were failing, and many of Tampa's beautiful waterfront homes were left abandoned. The principal at Hillsborough High, Frederick Spalding, didn't see these barriers. He only saw bright young students who were in need of a place to continue their learning. In 1931, collegiate-level courses were offered at Hillsborough High. This would later become the University of Tampa. On August 2, 1933, Spalding arrived at the doors of Plant Hall with a 100-year lease from the city and a firm resolve, and with the turn of a key, opened the door to the University of Tampa. In its fledgling years, UT was fortunate if it could collect half of the tuition due from its students. It was only through the dedication of its professors, who worked without pay, that the university survived the Great Depression. Over the next several decades, UT grew slightly, enrolling up to 1,800 at times, starting several sports teams, and even began accepting students from other areas of the country. But in the early 90s, the growth seemed to stand still, even stop. UT needed new life, some passion. UT needed strong leadership.
In 1995, Dr. Vaughn became president, and UT began to transform. 1,000 UT students has become 7,200, and we are now entering our 17th consecutive year of record enrollment. All the while, UT's academic profile continues to increase. There has been $350 million in new construction since 2000. We have added 7 new residence halls.
Top of the 8th we go. Sean Doherty leading off for Lynn. Skylar Gonzalez back on the bump for the Spartans. 7 innings, 69 pitches thrown. Only faced 25 batters. Hasn't walked anybody, struck out 4. Swing and a miss. Doherty goes after that one, 1-1. Spartans with a couple defensive changes. Maddox King will go into center field. He is a senior from Tampa. And Valdez, who pinch hit last inning, goes to right, replacing Ashby. The 2-1 pitch. That's one laced out toward Jordan Williams, playing shallow, and he makes the catch. Was not playing very deep for the lefty. And he went opposite field right to the mid of Williams. One up, one down. Brings up Brant Zayas to the plate, the freshman. Very senior-laden team. 7 of the players are seniors, 1 junior, and then Zayas is a freshman. Justin Hart pitching now is also a freshman. Ground ball, fair ball down the line. Zayas will round first, heads to second. Scooping it out of the corner is Williams, and in with a stand-up double is Brent Zayas. Third hit. Or the 5th hit of the day. Been a while since they've had one. As of the 5 hits they've had today, 3 have been doubles. So Gonzalez now will see the top of the order back with Mayberry coming to the plate. A little bit inside. Mayberry has flown out, doubled, and flown out. Made contact every time. Ground ball. Hold the runner at second. The throw across from Karstetter to Russo. Gets the out, and he alertly held the runner, Zayas, at second. So 1 out now, or 2 outs now, I should say. And Jesse Robinson now to the plate. Doubled and scored the only run back in the first inning. Only run Lynn has scored today. And he hits that one foul. One strike, 2 outs, 1 on. He's on second. Swing and a miss. Goes off speed. And Robinson way ahead of it. 0-2 with 2 outs. Fouls that one back our way. Stays 0-2. Spartans will be 9-1-2 in the bottom of the 8th. That'll be Saladino, Williams, and Woodburn. Zayas with a huge lead at second base. Spartans not even trying to hold him. And there's a ball that's going to get down for a base hit. That'll bring a run in. Zayas scores. Base hit for Robinson. And it's a 6-2 game. So a run in the first, and now a run here in the 8th. See if Gonzalez can get one more out and get through 8 here. Nice curve ball for a strike. Gonzalez with the long sleeve black sweatshirt on underneath. I wonder if he likes pitching in this weather more than he likes the 85, 90 degree days. That's a shot down the line, but foul into the Lynn bullpen. Now that they have 2 strikes on Fowler, the lefty, the Spartans with a big shift. They have Russo holding the base runner on, but have moved Urso and Woodburn to the first base side and moved Karstetter almost behind second base. They're assuming he won't bunt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball does hit it down toward, and he got it between Urso and Saladino. And alertly, Russo goes to cover home plate. Runners at first and third. Irigoyen went down to third to cover a possible throw there. Left home plate vacated. And Russo noticed it and raced home before Robinson could do anything about it. But now runners are at first and third, and here comes Sam Militello out to talk. We'll assume this will be just a visit to encourage him to get the last out. I'm sure they'd love to see him get 8 full innings in the book. But they don't want to jeopardize the score. 6-2 lead. Spartans 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Lynn 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. That might be 6 hits now for Lynn. I don't think they've changed the hits. Actually, they have 7 now. Because they've had 3 base hits this inning. So that'll be Paulino now coming to the plate. Irigoyen flashing out signs to the fielders. Paulino, open stance, steps in, swing and a miss. He's a lefty. His left foot is up near the, close to the plate. His right foot is almost parallel to home plate. But then as soon as the pitcher starts the windup, he steps into it. And does there and fouls it off. A unique stance. But he writes it out before the pitch is thrown. Now with 2 strikes, again, they move this time. They move Karstetter over to first base side and a foul ball. Irigoyen. I think that might have hit him on the ankle. He's hopping around a little bit. Giving him a little time. Joe Urso is going to come out and training staff. And they're going to take a look. Doubleheader tomorrow. First game at 1, second game at 4. It does look like the ankle, and he decides he's okay. Not a lot of fleshy parts on the ankle. That would be bone if the ball hit it. So an 0-2 count with 2 outs, 2 runners on. 6-2 game now. Robinson trying to entice Gonzalez into something. 1 ball, 2 strikes as he danced way off third. Nobody on third base for Tampa. The closest is J.D. Urso, who's behind second base almost. So Robinson can do what he wants. Ball high. 2-2 now. If Paulino gets on, that may be the end of the day for Gonzalez. 2-2 now. Ground ball. Saladino to Russo to win the inning. So Gonzalez gets out of the 8th with 1 run scoring. We have now played 7.5. It is Tampa 6, Lynn 2, right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
In the late 1920s, the prospect of a Hillsborough High student enrolling in college was bleak. The nation was in the throes of the Great Depression. Businesses were failing, and many of Tampa's beautiful waterfront homes were left abandoned. The principal at Hillsborough High, Frederick Spalding, didn't see these barriers. He only saw bright young students who were in need of a place to continue their learning. In 1931, collegiate-level courses were offered at Hillsborough High. This would later become the University of Tampa. On August 2, 1933, Spalding arrived at the doors of Plant Hall with a 100-year lease from the city and a firm resolve, and with the turn of a key, opened the door to the University of Tampa. In its fledgling years, UT was fortunate if it could collect half of the tuition due from its students. It was only through the dedication of its professors, who worked without pay, that the university survived the Great Depression. Over the next several decades, UT grew slightly, enrolling up to 1,800 at times, starting several sports teams, and even began accepting students from other areas of the country. But in the early 90s, the growth seemed to stand still, even stop. UT needed new life, some passion. UT needed strong leadership.
In 1995, Dr. Vaughn became president and UT began to transform. 1,000 UT students has become 7,200, and we are now entering our 17th consecutive year of record enrollment. All the while, UT's academic profile continues to increase. There has been $350 million in new construction since 2000. We have added 7 new residence halls, academic buildings and labs, as well as athletic facilities. Plant Hall even got new carpet and new windows.
Bottom of the 8th, Nico Saladino to lead off for Tampa. 6-2 Tampa lead now. Saladino struck out, got a base hit and scored, and walked last time, got all the way to third. Justin Hart in for his third inning. First pitch high inside. Saladino, the number 9 hitter in the order. That one's low and outside. 2-0. Spartans now 6 runs, 9 hits. Lynn 2 runs, 7 hits. And down the middle, so he's gone high and inside, low and outside, now down the middle. 2-1 now. And back to low and outside. 3-1. Hart has walked 4 already, struck out 1. Swing and a miss. 3-2. First full count of the day for any team. And the payoff pitch. Hit down the line, right field. Does it stay fair? No. Missed by about a foot. One hop to the wall, but just foul. We'll do it again. In the stretch is Hart, the 3-2 pitch again. And that hit Saladino. That's one of those where you're like, hey, if you want me on first, just throw it high and outside. First hit batsman of the day for Tampa. And it puts Saladino on first. Jordan Williams now to the plate. And potentially a pitching change, definitely a pitching change coming up. So we'll get you the pitching change while we take a break until we find out who the pitcher is, and we'll get you updated. But we'll be right back after this on TampaSpartans.tv.
Study rooms and computers.
And come back. So the pitching change has been made. It'll be number 16, Alfonso Lombardi on the mound. He's a junior lefty, another lefty. 6'3", 195 from Montclair, New Jersey. And we'll check on his stats so far this season. He has a 3.52 ERA, has a 1-0 record on the year. This is his third appearance, all in relief. 7 2/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, walked 4, struck out 2, giving up 2 home runs. First batter he faces will be Jordan Williams, but he's not ready to throw yet. Throws over to first. Williams, as we mentioned, has 14 stolen bases for Tampa, and this just the 10th game of the year. Last year at Florida State in 35 games, he had 15 stolen bases. Puts down a bunt, pretty sharp, just moves the runner forward, tries to dodge the tag, but that was sacrifice all the way. We'll bring up Braden Woodburn. So runner on second now is Saladino. One out, man on second. Swing and a miss off speed. Woodburn looking for that first hit. Got hit by a pitch back in the first. Struck out twice and flew out to right. In the dirt. 1-1. And a line shot right to shortstop, and they get the double play to end the inning. Fielded cleanly by Zayas, and he made the throw over to Mayberry to double up Saladino. Not much you can do about that. You're moving on the crack of the bat, even if only a step or two. We head to the ninth. It is a 6-2 ball game. It'll be Judge, Camarena, and Harrison for Lynn. They have one more chance to see what they can do. We'll be back right after this.
This is the University of Tampa. UT students travel from across the nation and around the globe to join a dynamic learning community. There are 150 academic programs, continuing studies for non-traditional students, and a highly ranked graduate school.
All right, let's come back if you're done. Get this. Pitching change for Tampa as we head to the top of the ninth inning. Number 20, Eli Thurman coming in. He's got a 4.0 ERA, 0-1 so far on the year. This is his fourth appearance, all in relief. Does have a save. 9 innings pitched, 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them earned. Walked 2, struck out 12. A 6-to-1 ratio there is great. Couple other changes as the Spartans move Jake Griffith, number 26, into left field. Jordan Williams goes to right field, where he played a couple weeks ago. And Mike Valdez out of the lineup. Leading off will be David Judge for Lynn. Top of the ninth, their last chance. And ball low in the dirt. That's a strike call. Swing and a miss. And Judge goes down swinging. 1 out here in the 9th. Will bring Camarena to the plate, where he's 1 for 3 today. Strike call on the first pitch. Camarena with a base hit in the second. Hit into a double play and struck out since then. Ball inside. One pitch. Swing and a miss at that one. That was low. One ball, 2 strikes. Just missing outside. 2-2. Just missing again. 3-2. Thurman not wasting any time, just winds and fires. Ball hit foul. Thurman daring the elements. Got his jersey on, no long sleeves. Inside, he walked him, though. So a 1-out walk puts Camarena on first. Manning will bring up Harrison to the plate. So now Thurman into the stretch. And that one's low in the dirt. Playing him straight away. Normal depth. Around the infield as well. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Ground ball out to Urso. Could turn 2 to end the game. There's 1. Here's the relay. Safe. Sliding into first base was Harrison to beat the throw. Ball wasn't hit that sharply. Urso turned it as quickly as he could, shoveled it over to Saladino, but the relay not in time. They usually say if you slide into first, you actually lose momentum and you're better to keep running. You tend to get there sooner. But he beat it out anyway. So now 2 outs and a man on first. And at the plate is Sean Doherty. One more out. Spartans pick up the W. Thurman winds and fires. Swing and a miss. Actually fouled off. Just got enough of it that it bounced off Irigoyen's mitt. Foul. One and one now with 2 outs. Thurman. Runner goes. They don't check him. Ball hit out into left field. Backing up is Griffith. Makes the catch, and it's a big W for the Spartans. On the fly out to Jake Griffith. Spartans win it. 6-2 is the final score. Skylar Gonzalez picks up the win. He goes to 2-0 now on the year. And the Spartans now on the season are 8 wins, 2 losses. Lynn falls to 6 wins and 6 losses. Spartans with 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Lynn, 2 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. So ball game tomorrow. It's a doubleheader day. 1 o'clock is the first game. 4 o'clock, game 2.